Não dá para ouvir nada. Ei, pessoal, vamos fazer silêncio. João, Matias. Olga, tá ouvindo bem aí? Olga, pode falar alguma coisa?
Sim, sim, sim. Posso
Alô,
ouvir?
Olga?
Uhum.
Eu não estou te ouvindo. Alguém pode falar online aí para ouvir, por favor?
Sim, eu estou ouvindo bem. Sim.
Ó, não dá para
Uhum.
ouvir a aula, cara.
Põe esse fone desse, mas eu escuto desse aqui. Põe aí pra ver se tu escuta bem.
Aí tu conhece, né?
Eu tenho que escutar.
Tá, vai, bota tu aí.
Põe aí, conecta aí.
Mas aí eles não vão escutar, né, cara?
Não, mas eles escutam desse aqui.
Como? Pronto. Ah, aquele ali, ele vai dar um som legal? Esse áudio daquele ali.
Acho que ele vai deixar assim, aí a gente vai. Você precisar daqui.
Aí como é que tu vai ouvir o pessoal da mesa?
Como assim? Não, eles vão falar aqui normal. Né?
Cadê a Olga? Tá falando, tá ouvindo ela?
Vocês querem o fone? Pegar o fone?
Ei, pessoal.
Fone.
Vamos chegar mais para vocês.
Alô, alô, som testando.
Ó. Não, tá. Porque tem que...
Não, eu tiro aqui. Eu tiro o som daqui. Vai ficar só um, tem que ficar só um som. Mas uma imagem e outro som.
Então vai.
Sim.
Pessoal, vamos falar isso aí, viu? Mostra para comentar. Vocês podem assistir a... Talvez tu pode ter os slides daqui, não sei.
Hã?
Os slides, para o pessoal que vai ver.
Não, vou compartilhar aqui, aí vai aparecer ali. Não dá para compartilhar por aqui? Vamos fazer um teste aqui, ó.
Tem que compartilhar ali também, né? E outros slides.
Não, compartilhar. Ó,
Vai, compartilha.
vai lá. Não, não, esse aqui. Vai lá, põe para compartilhar. Vai aparecer lá.
Entendi, é verdade.
Ó. É por causa da câmera aqui, ó. Se eu ajeitar ali.
Ok.
Tá ok, né?
Bota em tela cheia aí. Aqui, ó.
Mas eu quero voltar para a apresentação primeiro. Eu quero voltar para cá primeiro e falar com a
Então,
galera.
para interromper.
Isso.
Entendeu?
Então, beleza. Pode deixar que eu...
O pessoal tá vendo isso aqui já.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Can you let me know if you can hear me?
Hello. Yes.
Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
you're loud and clear, Comrade.
Yes, we
Sirene,
can.
Olga.
Hello.
Hey, Ndugu. Okay, folks,
Yama.
it's going to work like this. So sorry
Hello.
for the kind of by leaps and bounds we are moving forward here like this. But you can see things here, right? We're going to share things here. And you
Right.
can see our team here. Let's see here, view. Maybe we can put here multi-speaker. Gallery. Okay, so first off, thank you everyone. We have a big team here. Let me try to show to you. So everyone we have here, hey!
Hey.
You see, do you remember Selene? Selene is there. Okay, so all these folks here in Salvador, Brazil, okay, just to listen to you guys talk about your beautiful countries, right? Okay, so first off, let's do the following. I will start out by sketching a little bit what we did in Africa, right? So let me share here. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Ok. Por que para mim aparece tipo eu acho que eu tenho que deixar maximizado já aqui, né?
You can do it. You can do it.
I can do it, yes. because this computer is not mine. So you kind of, it's like going to a supermarket which you're not used to, right? You take a
Yeah.
while to find things, don't you? Same thing. Same thing. So
Yeah. Good. Good comparison. Good
you
comparison.
guys know how it works, right? But
Yes.
okay, first off, let's do the following. Let me share with you a little bit of
Ai, ai.
Ok, folks, aqui, ó, eu tô abrindo aqui o PowerPoint, aí quando eu vou botar em tela cheia aqui, ele não fica em tela cheia na real. Olha lá, ele não fica lá, ele fica só aqui.
Eu quero apresentar, continuar.
Apresentação.
Se você clicar em apresentar, dá um menos.
Quer ajudar aqui?
Ó, talvez seja vocês, a forma que você compartilhou os pelos. Você compartilhou.
É verdade. Põe a janela.
Ah, tá. That's it.
Se for tela, acho que fica melhor. Mais difícil. As pessoas que.
Tá bom.
Yes. We are brothers. Brothers from far.
Exactly. I saw that and I was like, that's me. Oh, yeah. Something's like, yeah, it's wrong here. Like,
Funny thing, there's a rare name. Samuel is a rare.
yeah, I think it's rare. Not so rare.
At your age, it is.
Yeah. Old people's name. They're old people's name.
I have an uncle with that name. So yeah, it's a bit older.
Yeah.
It is.
It is,
Just
yeah.
like Rafael. But Rafael is not.
Yeah.
Folks, I'm not finding a solution. Unless someone helps me, I will go like this, if you don't mind. Yes? Because,
Go like this.
yeah.
Oh, it's working. Now it's working.
You're Okay, folks, so now what happened? It all started like this. Last year, I was working online in it's like a Zoom app for simultaneous translation, right? So what happened? We were going to work as technology provider for the Paris Games. So we went there to work, very cool, blah, blah, blah.
Tradução que eu desde o negócio em italiano, espanhol, inglês.
No translation here.
Não.
No translation. No translation. I'm so sorry. And also it's a thing because there is English and there is French here in the presentation. Some of them will speak French. Yes. So we didn't have people to translate.
Não teve você no caso. Não teve pessoas. Não tinha pessoas para traduzir. Traduzir em inglês.
Puxa vida, que pena. Podia ficar perto assim, sussurrando, né? Mas se você topa ele... Topa? Você ficar com a gente? Você ficar com a gente?
Deixa eu. Se eu puder ficar no meio de vocês.
Assim, um pouquinho atrás. Tá,
Eu não faço francês, mas inglês eu faço.
A Selene não vai fazer?
O francês, depois eu posso fazer um resumo no final do que eles falaram. Não, ela tá só como participante. Oh, Selene, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Sound is
Here.
good. Sound is fine.
Here, people are asking here if you are here to interpret or to attend the meeting. It's to attend,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, basically to attend. And I could only make it in Portuguese.
No, worry not. You are here to attend. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep on. I'm really eager to hear people from Africa
Okay,
as well
yes.
as you.
Yes, we have dear folks here from Africa. We are going to introduce them, okay? But just to let you know, in short, I was in Europe trying to go to Saudi Arabia. But what happened? They didn't allow me to go to Saudi Arabia because I had to request a visa in my home country. And then Zurubola, our friend, he was already in Tanzania in this World Esperanto Congress, Congresso Mundial de Esperanto. And he was there in Tanzania with Ed, our dear friend who's here. He's going to speak. And Zurubola said, Otto, forget Saudi Arabia, come here. People want to do polyglot meetings. Come and have fun. I said, okay, let's do it. And then I went to Kenya, which is closer to Tanzania. It was cheaper to fly to Kenya. Nairobi is very close to Arusha because Kenya is in southern, Nairobi is southern Kenya, and Arusha is northern Tanzania. So they are very close. And then we met and everything started, okay? So in this presentation, I will tell you how this polyglot movement, we're calling polyglot, why polyglot movement? Because it's a movement that has no hierarchy, right? It's similar, okay, it's not a mass movement maybe, but it is similar to a mass movement than something hierarchical, right? Because there is no hierarchy really. So you have, for example, Poliglotar, you have the polyglot clubs, you have other polyglot clubs with other names, but they're also partners. We have Instituto Yglota, we have lots of different people, different actors in this whole that is called polyglot movement, right? And then we started it out in Brazil, 2009, but polyglot movement is already happening. It's not that we started, it's something that exists already, right? And then we are just connecting people. That's the idea, right? Okay. Beginnings in Brazil, folks. So here you see, why it's not passing there? I am passing here, but... Forward, por que não tá passando ali? Curioso, né?
É a versão desse computador.
Ah, esse... Não.
Vai gravar.
Não, tô passando o slide aqui, tá passando. Mas não tá passando ali. Não sei, será que eu tô fazendo alguma coisa equivocada aqui? Cuidado, cuidado.
Eu acho que é melhor. Não compartilha muito a apresentação aí, compartilhou?
Uhum. Quer compartilhar de novo? Ó, você está compartilhando.
Otto, what's up?
Não passa desse slide, né? Agora foi o segundo, foi a primeira vez, tirei.
Vai.
They're trying to fix something there, okay?
Mas é o seguinte, ó, vou fazer o seguinte, compartilhar a tela toda.
Okay, so beginnings in Brazil, folks. Mas aí agora não passa esse slide, velho. Cadê? São muitos desafios, gente. Vocês estão vendo como é que é. But it's like this. When you travel and you really want to go to communities, you face challenges all the time like this. You guys know. Yeah. You face challenges all the time. Você que sabe. Okay, so polyglot meetups. They... Aqui. Não, aqui tá passando. Vai lá. Cadê? Poliglotar Salvador aí, presentation. Desce mais uma. Não, aqui. Tá. Isso. Okay. Polyglot meetups. The polyglot clubs, as we know them, they started in this place. In this place. 29. It was at the right? So I was a little bit depressed by the time. I wanted to do something different. Let's do these meetings. And we started out like this, okay? Uma viagem pelo mundo sem sair do lugar. So that's the newspaper that shows. It's interesting because it shows the date, 27 de maio de 2009. Actually, the meeting is on okay. So here we built a virtual community, Ongea Afrika. When we went to Africa, we had the Yglota Institute, which is having a person around the Yglota Institute so that we can establish partnerships and so on in a official way, right? And then in Africa, with these partners, with the locals, we created something Africa called Ongea Afrika. And Ongea means speak in Swahili. So speak Africa. And pode ir passando, então. Passando. Because you will see that Ongea Africa, we speak, but we have on the map, the logo is hands. Because the idea is right? So we created lots of we created lots of groups just like the ones we have the Polyglot Club in Brazil, several WhatsApp groups per languages. Hello, hello, hello. Pode passar mais um. Pode passar mais um. So here you see Ongea Africa Polyglot Movement. That peak is very nice. We took in Kenya. And we have Maureen. Maureen is our coordinator of the Kenya chapter of the Polyglot Movement in Africa, of Ongea Africa. And she's going to talk a little bit more about this, okay? So Ongea Africa was born out of the Africans, Clube Poliglota Brasil, and Yglota, Polyglotism and Integration. So Ongea Africa, the work in Africa is a joint action of all these different actors, right? With the protagonism of the African colleagues, of course, right? So they decide what they want to do. We did an event in Mozambique last year, talking about polyglotism, integration, and development, because we think that languages can be used for as a driver for economic growth as well. Why not? Right? Yes. So how did it all start? Going to Kenya. So in Kenya, we spent 1 month, Tanzania 2 weeks, then Mozambique, then South Africa. But South Africa was more for tourism, so we... Now I just want to show you pics. This is the team in Kenya. This is the team in Kenya. Can you all see? Yes? This is the team in Kenya. We did these guys in...
Sorry, Otto. No image yet. Only beginnings in Brazil. Sorry.
I beg your pardon?
There is no image. We cannot see the image of the place you are speaking about. We are fixed on no image, only beginnings in Brazil. That's what we have on the screen. No image.
No, it's not moving for you?
No.
Man, probably. Okay. Anyways, I think that I will do the following. Oh yeah, it's not passing.
Maybe you show the pictures later. I don't know.
I will do the following. I will turn it over to you guys. Okay. I will turn it over to our invitees so that they can speak a little bit more about that. And I will show you the pictures later. People here see the pics so that we don't waste too much time, right? And we have to be mindful of your time.
Perfect.
Okay. Okay, folks. So now we have here some dear friends, and let me introduce them to you. So we had here in the beginning Maureen, but Maureen, it seems that she's on the move, she's in the traffic, and maybe we could get started with Mr. Kuruma. I'm not sure if he's here with us. Monsieur Kabakuruma or Joseph Scala or Albert Bubana. Ceux qui voulaient peut-être commencer d'abord, si jamais vous pouvez peut-être, je ne sais pas qui d'entre vous est déjà prêt pour commencer, pour débuter.
I can start if it's okay.
Ah,
From
voilà,
Senegal.
monsieur Aboubane, ça va? Alors, je vous présente tout un petit peu. Vamos botar de novo ali no Zoom. Que aí, pessoal, agora a gente consegue assistir aqui no Zoom. What happens? Our dear Boubane, monsieur, votre présentation est en français. J'ai fait déjà une traduction en anglais pour les gens ici. D'accord? Ou même en português, peut-être. Ça va mieux, parce que nous tous nous parlons le português. Aqui a gente tem, então, o senhor Albert Ierra Boubane. Tá? Isso pode deixar aqui que ele vai compartilhar a tela e todo mundo vê. Obrigado. Ele é jornalista de formação, especialista em comunicação para o desenvolvimento. E ele tem um engajamento muito forte em favor das comunidades da região de Tambacounda, no sudeste do Senegal. Através do seu papel de presidente e fundador de uma associação chamada Canayan, que significa montrons-nous, tipo, mostremos-nos. Ele trabalha pela valorização e o reconhecimento das culturas locais pouco visibilizadas nos discursos públicos, né? Então, é a etnia dele, que é a etnia Bassari. Bassari está tanto no Senegal quanto na Guiné, só que ele está mais do lado do Senegal. Vocês sabem, essas fronteiras dos Estados nacionais são produtos posteriores, né? Já tinham ali as divisões étnicas e linguísticas funcionando. Alors, d'accord, Monsieur Boubane, c'est à vous donc de vous présenter. Nous avons un public quand même pas mal, comme vous avez vu déjà ici. Voilà, nos amis sont là. Nos amis
You're
sont
welcome.
4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nous avons 12 personnes pour vous, vraiment intéressées à comprendre ce que vous avez à partager avec nous. Hein?
D'accord. Thank you very much, Otto, for introducing me. I'm really happy, very honored just to be with you guys today. And I think that this is a great opportunity for us just to show you or to share with you guys what we're doing here in Senegal and West Africa region according to our values, our culture. And thank you very much for having me here today. We were just discussing with Otto that yesterday, and he said that we can do our presentation in French. So I wanted just to translate it in English, but unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time just to do that. But as you clearly understand French, we can do it in French. Let me shift. Okay. Merci beaucoup, Otto, pour cette introduction par rapport à cette présentation. Je n'ai pas la main pour partager mon écran. Otto, ça me dit que c'est désactivé. Mais si j'avais la main, j'allais partager l'écran. Peut-être, ça serait fantastique. Comme ça, on pourrait ensemble voir les différentes slides et leur contenu.
Oui, tout à fait. Est-ce que vous réussissez? Est-ce que vous pouvez peut-être partager à partir de votre ordinateur? Est-ce que vous...
Ça me dit que c'est déconnecté, au fait, que je n'ai pas la main avec moi pour pouvoir partager. Je pense que c'est le paramétrage.
É outro desafio. Ele quer compartilhar os slides dele, mas ele não está vendo lá onde compartilha. Como é que eu faço isso?
Sinon, Otto, ce que tu peux faire, c'est que tu m'envoies très rapidement par message ton adresse email et je te l'envoie, la présentation, rapidement.
Avant d'essayer cela, messieurs, on va essayer de vous donner le pouvoir de partager.
Très bien, great. OK, waiting for you.
Ça marche déjà peut-être?
Pas encore, pas encore.
Pas encore, ainda não, ele falou.
Ah, oui. Là, ça marche, ça marche. Ça marche, parfait.
Voilà.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Esses são os desafios. Tá aí.
Is it okay? Est-ce que vous voyez?
Oui, si vous peut-être pouvez élargir.
Agrandir. Okay.
Agrandir.
Oui, OK. Je ne sais pas si ça vous va.
Voilà, si vous cliquez juste à gauche là, présentation de slides.
Ouais.
Un peu plus à gauche, là-bas.
Ah, là-bas.
Acho que ele não sabe onde é que é para apresentação de slides.
Est-ce que vous arrivez, je vais faire comme ça. Est-ce que ça vous va? Est-ce que vous voyez?
Oui, ça va, ça va.
Ça va. Thank you. Merci beaucoup, Otto. Je voudrais prendre 2 secondes pour faire ça.
Oui, ça va. Est-ce qu'il y a des problèmes?
Voilà, c'est bon. Merci beaucoup, Otto, pour cette opportunité. J'espère que vous voyez bien l'écran. Donc, je vais commencer. Ce que je voulais partager avec vous, c'est, comme demandé, par rapport à mon ethnie, la communauté Bassari, par rapport à ces défis, mais aussi essayer de voir ensemble si on a des pistes par rapport à des actions futures pour pouvoir améliorer les choses. Quand on parle du Sénégal, très souvent, ce qu'on a tendance à faire, c'est de penser aux grandes communautés ethniques. Je pense notamment au Wolof, je pense notamment aux Sérères, je pense aux Diola, qui sont de fortes communautés très importantes qui sont dans ce pays-là. Ce que l'on oublie parfois de mentionner ou de dire ou de penser, c'est qu'il y a des communautés essentiellement dans le sud-est et qui sont peu visibilisées ou mais qui ont une culture très riche. Il s'agit notamment des Bedik, des Bassari, des Badiaranké, des Konyadi, qui sont des communautés très riches culturellement. Et donc aujourd'hui, je voudrais appesantir ma présentation sur cette communauté Bassari particulièrement. Quels sont les défis de cette communauté-là? J'ai 20 minutes, j'ai 15 minutes en tout, donc je vais aller très vite, mais je vais fixer les éléments et on pourra ensemble partager plus tard. Donc, pour cette communauté Bassari, pour moi, ce qui est comme défi majeur, entre autres, c'est d'abord l'invisibilité ou le manque d'une citoyenneté, on va dire, totale. Pourquoi je le dis? C'est que très souvent, les Bassaris sont peu connus au Sénégal. Ils sont très souvent confondus à des étrangers de par leur nom de famille, de par leur culture qui est très particulière, qui est très différente des cultures que nous pouvons avoir au centre du pays ou au nord du pays. Alors, cela crée un sentiment d'exclusion, en fait. Et parfois, vous avez des membres de cette communauté qui ne se reconnaissent pas forcément dans le dispositif actuel par rapport aux prises de décision, par rapport à toutes les actions qui sont prises au niveau local. J'espère que vous m'entendez. Est-ce que ça va? Vous pouvez me confirmer, Otto?
Oui, ça va, monsieur.
Oui.
Parfait, parfait. Alors, par ailleurs, le problème, l'autre défi lié à la citoyenneté, c'est quoi? C'est que cette communauté Bassari étant numériquement peu importante, mais avec une richesse culturelle extraordinaire, et ça, c'est reconnu par tous, cette diversité fait que cette communauté n'a pas forcément toujours ou a du mal, très souvent, à avoir accès à des documents administratifs. Je m'explique. Très souvent, quand tu vas à la police ou à la structure dédiée, en tout cas, qui s'occupe de ces questions de papier administratif, cette communauté-là est obligée parfois d'aller chercher un certificat de nationalité à titre indicatif. Moi, mon premier voyage, c'était en Turquie et je peux vous raconter très brièvement une situation particulière que j'ai vécue, c'est qu'en cherchant le passeport, eh bien, on m'a dit, mais ton nom Bouban, c'est quelle nationalité, tu viens d'où et tout. Et on était obligé, mon patron d'alors, qui était très connu et tout, Ben Basdiagne, dont je salue la mémoire, et a appelé le commissaire pour lui dire, bah, celui-là, c'est un Sénégalais, c'est un jeune que j'ai recruté qui fait le journal pour pouvoir avoir ce document-là et pouvoir voyager parce que les gens pensais que je n'étais pas sénégalais. Heureusement que j'avais ce certificat demandé qui était le certificat de nationalité. Mais ça peut être vraiment un sentiment d'exclusion, non? Et c'est pas du tout cool. Alors, le deuxième point que je voudrais partager, c'est l'isolement et la fragmentation. Je vais expliquer ces deux mots-là. Alors, la communauté Bassari, elle habite au sud-est du Sénégal, particulièrement dans les régions de Tambacounda et de Kédougou. Kédougou particulièrement, où se trouve la plus grande communauté, eh bien, c'est dans des zones très accidentées, des zones très peu desservies en infrastructure, et cela pose un réel problème d'accès, par exemple, aux services sociaux de base. Il y a également l'exode rural depuis les indépendances. Des Bassaïs se sont progressivement installés dans les grandes villes, je pense notamment à Dakar, je pense à Mbou, et progressivement, je pense que le lien entre leur terroir et les zones d'implantation, le lien avec leur terroir plutôt est cassé progressivement et le rapport qu'on a à la tradition, les rituels et tout s'efface progressivement ou en tout cas diminue. Pourquoi je parlais de fragmentation? Fragmentation, c'est dans le sens où les associations qui existent et qui regroupent les Bassaris, ce sont des associations qui sont plutôt, qui regroupent des fils et filles d'un même village, qui regroupent plutôt des gens qui sont de la même classe d'âge, mais aussi, parfois, les associations regroupent des gens selon les zones d'implantation. Je m'explique. Vous avez les ressortissants du village d'Ebara qui vont se retrouver, l'association des habitants d'Ebara ou originaires d'Ebara. Ensuite, vous avez les classes d'âge. Il faut savoir que les Bassaris sont organisés en classes d'âge. Donc, on va retrouver la classe des Ojar, Opaloug, etc., etc. Et donc, on va avoir ça. Par ailleurs, on peut avoir l'association nationale, l'association régionale des Bassaris de Thiès ou de Dakar, voyez-vous. Et ça pose un problème parce qu'on est fragmenté. Et je reviendrai dans les pistes d'action ou les perspectives, ce que je préconise ou je propose. Le troisième point par rapport à ce défi-là, et je vais terminer avec ça, c'est cette culture-là, elle est en danger. Elle est en danger pas parce que l'État met en danger ou ne fait pas la promotion, mais aussi c'est parce que cette communauté fait face à pas mal de difficultés qui sont liées à leur environnement. Pour moi, cette culture qui est classée, on va dire tout le pays Bassari et tout son contenu en termes culturels, classé patrimoine mondial de l'UNESCO depuis 2012, doit être protégé, d'accord, doit être protégé et ça, c'est pas très souvent le cas. Comme exemple, je vais vous dire quand au mois de mai, juin, on a très souvent des cérémonies d'initiation. Et durant ces cérémonies-là, on va avoir des centaines et des centaines de touristes qui vont venir, mais dont les retombées économiques ne vont pas forcément, ne profitent pas à tout le village. Autre élément, c'est que la langue bassari qui a été codifiée, et je me réjouis d'avoir participé à ce processus de codification de la langue bassari, ça fait plus de 20 ans. J'étais tout jeune, mais cette langue-là, elle est progressivement en train de disparaître. Alors, j'ai expliqué un peu très rapidement les défis majeurs. Je voudrais qu'on puisse se projeter, et penser perspective. Qu'est-ce que nous pouvons faire ou qu'est-ce que cette communauté-là, notre humble avis, doit faire pour avancer? Le premier axe pour moi, c'est chercher à se faire reconnaître, mais aussi à ce qu'il y ait beaucoup plus d'inclusion. Comment est-ce que nous pouvons intégrer l'histoire et la culture bassari dans tout ce qui est récit au niveau national? Je veux dire la présence dans les médias. Je ne dis pas que ce n'est pas encore effectif. Dans les médias nationaux officiels, la communauté bassari est présente, mais on va se limiter là. Est-ce qu'il ne serait pas intéressant pour moi que cette communauté qui va s'organiser puisse travailler à sensibiliser l'opinion publique sur ce qu'est le Bassari, quelles sont ses origines, et ne pas voir juste le caractère folklorique de sa de sa culture. Et ensuite, du fait que pour que cette communauté-là, comment est-ce que nous pouvons faire pour que cette communauté bassarique qui bénéficie du label UNESCO puisse bénéficier aux retombées économiques de manière équitable? Le second axe, pour moi, c'est comment est-ce qu'on va structurer, comment est-ce qu'on va renforcer le leadership chez les communautés, c'est cette communauté-là. Tout à l'heure, je parlais un peu de la fragmentation des associations. Pour moi, il est important, et je l'ai dit il y a une dizaine d'années, quand j'étais invité par la Fondation Konrad Adenauer dans une conférence, qu'il faut qu'il y ait une organisation, soit nationale ou on va dire fêtière, qui soit au niveau national et qui puisse fédérer toutes ces associations-là, de classe d'âge, d'origine, de village, etc., pour que cette association puisse porter le combat à un niveau plus élevé, au niveau stratégique, au niveau national. Comment est-ce que nous pouvons renforcer, capaciter les jeunes de cette communauté-là à, par exemple, s'impliquer en politique, avoir leur voix et pour se faire représenter? Je pense que c'est quelque chose de très important. On est tenu par le temps et donc je vais accélérer le dernier. L'axe 3, pour moi, on doit travailler aussi dans la préservation et le développement. Pourquoi? C'est qu'il faudrait que l'on travaille à promouvoir cette langue bassari qui a été codifiée, la promouvoir dans toutes les régions d'implantation de la communauté bassari. Et pourquoi pas, dans le cadre de notre association Tianayane, on a organisé un festival national, mais avec plusieurs éditions et tout, en partenariat avec l'Université Cheikh Anta Diop de Dakar, où c'était vraiment pour montrer notre culture, mais je pense que ça doit être, on va dire, de façon pérenne, de façon continue, que ces actions-là doivent être menées au niveau stratégique, au niveau national, mais également au niveau local. Comment est-ce que nous pouvons aussi faire bénéficier à ces communautés-là des retombées économiques, comme je le disais? Donc, c'est vraiment tout le contraire de ce que nous avons comme défi. Comment est-ce que nous pouvons shifter? Et je pense qu'un tourisme responsable et communautaire peut vraiment aider. Et en s'impliquant dans les pouvoirs de décision, en faisant de la politique, mais pas de la politique politicienne, mais vraiment s'impliquer pour renforcer le leadership, nous pouvons faire du lobbying, nous pouvons faire le plaidoyer pour que ces communautés-là puissent bénéficier des retombées économiques en bénéficiant des services sociaux de base également, mais avoir aussi des routes et autres. Thank you very much. I'm very happy just to share with you guys, and then I'm waiting for your questions if you have. Thank you, Otto.
Many thanks, my dear Boban. Can you hear me? Boban, est-ce que vous m'entendez, monsieur?
Oui. I'm okay.
D'accord.
I'm hearing you.
D'accord, très bien,
Thank
merci. C'était fantastique. Nous avons eu un peu de défi ici, c'est-à-dire que j'ai l'honneur de vous dire que je vous ai traduit du français au portugais ici.
Great. Thank
D'accord.
you very much.
Très bien. Donc, les gens ont déjà pris note pour poser des questions à la fin. D'accord. Maintenant, on va au prochain. Et donc, merci beaucoup à nouveau, Monsieur Boban, pour partager un peu de vos défis et perspectives. Et donc, maintenant, qui se présente pour continuer, s'il vous plaît? Pessoal, vamos agora para o outro palestrante. Je crois que peut-être, je ne sais pas si on a Joseph ou bien Kuruma. Sinon, on va avec Eddie, peut-être. Eddie, what do you think? Maybe we could start with you. Are you ready, man?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, can you see? Okay, just a sec. Let me show you everyone who's here. Let me open the camera. Okay, no camera here. So, man, let me just introduce you better to everyone here. Pessoal, esse aqui, ó. Esse aqui é o Ed. Já já a gente vai botar na tela dele. Eddie, please, can you bring your camera down a little bit so people can see your whole face? So we can see just until, yes. So Eddie is family. Ed is a real brother. He's my brother in Tanzania. Qual que é a sua ideia? Qual que é a sua ideia? Não, isso é o de menos, isso é o de menos, isso é o de menos. Ok? Falando do Ed, pessoal, o Ed aqui, qual foi a história? Quando o Zurubola foi para o Congresso de Esperanto, que a gente estava falando, ele que hospedou o Zurubola. Não me perguntem como eles se encontraram. Hey, Eddie, I'm telling them that Zuru stayed with you, that you hosted Zuru, but I told them I don't know how they met, and they're laughing. So I don't know how you guys met, what you did, right? But anyways, okay, Eddie, the floor is yours, my friend. Go ahead. I will translate you from English into Portuguese, okay? So just so you know.
Not Swahili to Portuguese. What do you think?
Ele tá querendo falar Swahili para eu traduzir para o português. Wait. Let me take my phone out so you can say some words in Swahili to everyone.
Okay. Can I go ahead? Hello. Habari zenu jamani, habari. Karibuni Tanzania. Tanzania ni nzuri sana. Tanzania ni nzuri. Karibuni sana Tanzania. Waving Tanzania. Thank you so much, Otto. Nice.
Boa. Quer ver? Beleza. Man, so we are gonna translate you from English into Portuguese, right? So we're gonna have a friend here doing the interpretation.
Okay, thank you so much.
You can go ahead.
Thank you so much. It's very great audience, family from another continent. I'm feeling that vibe is really exciting, and I'm so happy for this. You know, it's an said word. I mean, what can I say? You people, you're so nice. Thank you for having you today. I'm so grateful. To brief introduce myself, my name is Edson Osmond. I'm a tour guide here in Tanzania. Actually, guiding is not my professional, but it just came when I just graduated in my university. So it just came as a job, you know, hustling in the street and stuff like that. But it has been really amazing. It's having a good vibe because it's made me meet a lot of friends, a lot of folks all over the world. You know, I'm feeling that vibe every day, and I'm so very happy guiding foreigners from another countries. So it's really exciting. Today I want to share a little bit about languages. I can give a little bit brief on how it started. I mean, it was like, I can say it's lucky, you know, when I met Jurobolas last year, we vibed together. It was really nice moment of having Jurobola here in Tanzania, and it just happened, not coincidence, but you know, this technology, we just met with Jurobola in an online platform. He just communicated me and he told me, hey, folk, I want to come to Tanzania this year, blah, blah, blah. So if you like, we can vibe, you can host me. I don't know, I don't have a place to stay and stuff like that, you know. That my friend of mine is the nomadic, you know, is the traveler, you know. I like that folk of mine. So I was really happy of meeting him. So we went together to the Esperanto Congress, which was hosted here in Arusha, Tanzania. I mean, when you speak about Arusha, Arusha is the headquarters of tourism here in Tanzania. And not only in Tanzania, maybe I can say in East Africa, Arusha is the headquarters of tourism. So through that Congress, everything was fine. I met Durabola until the end of the Congress. We were staying together, sharing some idea, eating foodies and other stuff, you know. Durabola is so fun. And after that, after the Congress, Durabola just shared me an idea like, yo, folk, what do you think if we start some small meeting with friends here in Arusha, just to engage, you know, just knowing each other, creating friendship and stuff like that. I say, whoa, what is sort of idea are you talking about? I mean, just stop working and start meeting different people like, whoa, it won't work, man. I say, you say, no, man, it's just meeting people, just connecting, you know, culture and stuff like that, learning. I say, what? As long as, man, you got a great idea. Okay, we can do it. Let's start doing it. And suddenly, we promoted the event. We did some fairs and some sort of stuff like that. And we started the meeting. It was not a big meeting. It just was like a group of members. Just we came together, just trying to know each other. Sharing culture, norms, tradition, taboos, and all stuff like that. So we started engaging here in Arusha, and real people, they were so excited about the idea. So people, they were like well motivated. They started coming to our event. So we did that until we did it for 3 weeks here in Arusha, and when Otto decided to travel to Kenya, and Durabola told me that Otto is traveling to Kenya, so we can travel together to Kenya. Maybe we can have some vibe over there. What do you think? I say, why not? I like traveling, so let's do it. So we traveled with Durabola to Kenya. We met Otto, and finally we met also Maureen in Kenya. That is how our combination just get it started, you know. Our combination, Otto, Durabola, and Maureen, and we started doing a language movement. So we went to some places in Kenya. It was my first time. I'm just East African, but it was my first time visiting Kenya. And it was really, really nice moment for me in my life, you know. So we went in a village in Nandi in Kenya. We met the community, good people. We see that we were being honored by those people, by the way. I mean, they were so nice, very kind, you know, very welcoming. We joined them for food, I mean, dinner, lunch, and doing other activities. And their main activities there is bamboo project. Is normally they do it a lot, and tea. So it was very, very, very good moment. After Nandi, the village, we went to Nairobi. So we met the farmers over there. We tried to engage, you know. It was like crazy. Who are these people? What are they doing here? You know, like they're promoting some language stuff. Like everyone is speaking. Like people, they were wondering, you know. But we said we are just moving, you know, trying to encourage people to learn languages. You know, language is the bridge, you know. Learning language is the bridge, is connecting people all over the world. Doesn't matter what kind of diversity and whatever, but languages is the bridge for all people in the world. So just imagine if today maybe I wouldn't able to speak maybe English, I couldn't be able to interact with other people. But maybe someone is speak French, someone speak Portuguese, someone speak Dutch, it's just a part of bringing people together to understand each other, to know all our needs. You know, it's just it's the common thing. So I wanna talk a little bit about language diversity in Tanzania now. I was just giving you how we did all the stuff and we formed the group. But now I want to talk about Tanzania now as the language diversity here in Tanzania. Tanzania, speaking about languages, first of all, I mean, it's very rich. Tanzania is very rich in languages, you know, man, it's crazy. I think maybe it's gonna break the world record because here in Tanzania, we speak more than 120 languages, different cultures, different tradition here in Tanzania. I mean, forgot about Swahili, but speaking of 120 languages, these are indigenous languages which are mostly spoken here in Tanzania by different culture all over here in Tanzania. You know, Tanzania is so big, so there were these Bantu languages. Bantu languages, they come from Bantu. I mean, when people they were migrating during the period, is when these many languages were formed. Early back in the days, even I don't know it was which generation, but these are well-known language. Even me, I got my community. Some other folks have got their community. But speaking of Swahili, Swahili is unifying a national language. I mean, Swahili is now which is bringing us together. I mean, Swahili is the common now. Apart from 120 languages, now speaking of Swahili, we can communicate all of us together, you know. But still, of these local languages are still spoken very well by different culture, and doesn't affect anything. So people they are still doing their taboos and their tradition, and just keeping things the roots back in the days to be alive, up to date. So this is how amazing and how Tanzania is very rich in languages. So speaking of languages, guys, I think Tanzania is so rich. Also, I want to talk a little bit about these languages in Tanzania. Mostly Swahili is the spoken language, but speaking of English now is the language for educators, which we use in a formal way. For example, in school, you know, tourism, official things. So English comes like that. So another thing I can talk about tourism and language learning. You know, tourism thrives on storytelling, culture, exchange, and hospitality, all powered by language. You know, talking about tourism, we are receiving different foreigners all over the world. You know, so when we are telling our stories, we are exchanging our culture and our hospitality, that which brings us together. You know, I can host someone, for example, like Jurobola. I hosted Jurobola. He's the Portugal, but he came here within 3 months. I mean, within a month, Jurobola's adopted learning Swahili very deep. I mean, Jurobola, he moved here, he can speak Swahili and we can understand each other. So that was amazing. You see someone comes from abroad, comes to our country, I host him, we try to learn others' culture. We tell stories, you know, that hospitality, it's the love, you know, it's the love, the friendship, that companion. I mean, it's so amazing. So speaking about Swahili and English. Swahili now, many foreigners, they like to learn Swahili lesson. Even if as I'm a tour guide, I'm trying maybe to create some itineraries for a host, for a traveler who is coming here in Tanzania. Maybe sometimes, you know, he is eager to learn Swahili, like just like few words I can learn, maybe speaking about maybe Simba, you know, Simba means lion, you know, Simba means lion. So Twiga means giraffe, you know. So they're trying to adapt in some little words in Swahili. So they are really exciting themselves, like, wow, this is the language now. So whenever they are volunteering here, I mean, they're learning Swahili words, you know. So until they live here in Tanzania, you have to adapt the culture and the community. You have to go with the flow of the community. So why not? Even if I travel, maybe I come to Brazil, you know, I should come, maybe I should start learning some little bit Brazil, you know, Portugal, speaking some few words and stuff like that. So language also strengthen the community benefit, you know. When visitors learn local phrases, they buy from small markets, they greet villagers. You know that when there is the specific words which is used here in Tanzania, like mzungu. Don't be surprised, guys. Mzungu means is the white man, you know. It doesn't mean any offense. It doesn't mean any offense, but it's just the way people have known the white bodies, foreigner bodies. Just they call them mzungu. So someone, if is called them mzungu, like, wow, why is mzungu? Why is mzungu? Like, you know. But it's so nice because it's connecting the community deeper, very deeper and deeper and deeper. So and sometimes you don't need to use powerful words, like you can use to guide someone, like you use different languages. Maybe you can use English, you can use French, you can use Spanish, Chinese, and many other languages, because as I told you earlier, Arusha is the headquarters of tourism in East Africa, especially here in Tanzania. But this languages learning, it has become the key over here, because as Arusha is receiving many international travelers, so people, they have engaged in learning different language, you know. There are people here in Tanzania, they can speak good French, very fluent French. There are people here, they can speak Spanish, they can speak Chinese, very fluent. It's because of the market. So although it has some limitation, but it's going very smooth, because it has become as the part of their opportunity. People can get jobs through languages. Through languages, people, they can earn income in their own way, you know, whether by guiding, whether by translating, whether by doing anything, you know. So languages, it has become the learning product here in Arusha, here in Tanzania. So also I want to talk a little bit about I think about opportunities and future outlook. As growing global interest in culture immersion, travel means that learning can be marketed as part of tourism product. I have been always saying this, even to Otto, my friend, you know, learn Swahili and I will give you a safari program. I'm just trying to mock him or joke him, but you know, learning many languages is for culture exchange, you know. I can host someone. It's very unique moment that you can cherish all your life, you know. So we can make languages as an opportunity for future outlook. So with not talking many words, I can say that speaking about these languages, especially in tourism sector, it can change a lot. We need to initiate different programs, especially in school, because when you try to engage these languages ideas to people who are in community, just with busy stuff and stuff like that, they are not engaging at the extent that they can be benefited by learning those languages. But if we introduce these ideas to schools, to young generation, to children, they can go all the way. I mean, they can know this since they're young. So when they're growing, I mean, it's just the through way. I mean, they can break through very easy than just coming and learn languages when you are already matured. It's not good, by the way, because we are limited by a lot of stuffs. But so I'm trying a lot to create some program, maybe to help to go in school, try to invite young generation to try to learn different languages for their willing, you know. So we just need that energy. We just need that energy. We need to introduce a lot of ideas for them. So I'll be one of them because I'm an ambassador for language learners. So I'm trying my best, whatever I can reach, I'm doing so. So it's the part of helping my community, by the way. So summing up or finishing up, I will speak about the main point about tourism here. Just coming in Tanzania, I mean, you're not just coming for languages. As we know, guys, languages is the tourism also. I mean, it's the part of the tour. So if you are coming in Tanzania, you know that I'm traveling for languages tours. I mean, I'm traveling, there's a diversity
Amen.
languages.
Hey, Eddie. Everyone is very, very motivated with your speech. We have 2 minutes, okay? 2-3 minutes, all right?
Yeah, okay. So I'm summing up. So guys, I want to invite you so much that you have to visit Africa, not only Tanzania, you have to visit Africa, Kenya, Tanzania, any country in Africa for your will. But to talk more is talking about Tanzania. Tanzania is the main point for tourism. So if you want to enjoy about tourism stuff like you know, the culture, the Maasai, you know, the animals, the big five are here relaxing in all the museum. It's just only you. I mean, Tanzania is in love with all people in the world. And I have seen a few months ago, I've been seeing a lot of Brazilian, a lot of Argentinians who are coming here in Tanzania. I say, wow. So now these guys are knowing now about Tanzania. Tanzania, you know, is a very peaceful country. So whenever you want to reach, you just reach to have fun. So I want to say thank you so much for having this time, this moment. It was really nice meeting. I warmly say in Kiswahili, everybody can listen like karibuni Tanzania. Asanteni kwa nafasi. Asanteni sana, guys. You are so
okay,
welcome.
wait. You will repeat that again. You will repeat that again. I am gonna put your voice out loud here, Eddie.
Karibuni Tanzania. Karibuni Tanzania. Asanteni sana. You hear me? Okay, I want to repeat. Karibuni Tanzania, guys. Karibuni Tanzania. This is Tanzania. You want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro? Karibu Tanzania. Asante.
Wow.
Great.
Otto, am I next?
Do you mind if I can just briefly chip in? I have to rush, I think, to another meeting. I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Who's coming? Who's coming forth?
If you don't mind, I can keep.
Joseph! Joseph or Maureen, I don't understand.
Yes, Joseph from Malawi. Yes.
Joseph, my dear friend, how are you doing? Será que a gente consegue colocar o Joseph aqui, o cara que vai falar? É esse aqui. Será que ele aparece mais? Joseph, my friend. Alô, alô? Dear, do you have any PowerPoint and slide deck to share, or? Dear, you are on mute. We cannot hear you, Joseph. You are on mute.
Okay, I can just make a brief audio presentation. And
yes,
then
that works very much.
Slide later because I'm having some technical challenges with my computer.
Here he is. Ele está tendo alguns problemas técnicos com o computador dele, mas não tem nenhum problema. A gente vai fazendo assim mesmo. Okay, dear, go ahead. The floor is all yours, and I will translate you from English into Portuguese. It's a big pleasure to see you here again, man.
Thank you so much. So, greetings, everyone. This is Joseph Kenson Sakala. Speaking from Malawi, and I identify myself as an environmental renewable energy, agriculture, and the community development scientist, if you might put it that way, or artist. So mainly, I wanted really to appreciate you all for being here, but also my colleagues who have presented earlier. It's so inspiring to see that over the years, we've been working on trying to reconnect the grassroots identities, but also our connectivity as Africans, but also, of course, we exist in one global atmosphere, in one planet, and that also even connects us further beyond our continents. So I wanted to submit that, the past years I've worked more on working with different communities in Malawi, but also in different places. I saw my brother from Tanzania. Asante sana for that great presentation. I also saw colleagues from different other places like Kenya and Guinea, the Francophone. Indeed, we meet today on a very important conversation where we are reflecting on a very important topic that looking at the renewable energy, which we've been working on. Maybe some people are wondering, what do I have to do with the renewable energy today? But really, our organization has been working more on translating science into different indigenous languages, trying to make people who have not been to the university, trying to translate what is important for people to understand, for example, in the agriculture. And I come from Malawi, where I remember growing up speaking Chichewa. My colleague from Tanzania highlighted about the looting of our languages from the Bantu language, and that signifies. Sorry, maybe Otto, you might need to translate in between. Please, you can guide me on that, or if I can just proceed.
Oh, my dear, you flow so well. I am doing simultaneously, so you keep going. We are supporting you. We are supporting you.
So
we are brothers.
Thank you.
This is my brother from Malawi. I have many brothers in Africa. This is one from Malawi. Go ahead, my Fia. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't want to leave anyone behind. So, thanks for that. And just to highlight that, so we grew up in an environment where we were born speaking Chichewa from our mother's language. And Chichewa, which is the common local language in Malawi, also roots from the Bantu language. So, for example, you find so many common words that speaks to each other. Like you talk about a person, others they would say to utu, others muntu, like in our language. And why we are more interested to work on translating the scientific understanding into indigenous languages is simply because, as I said, I grew up speaking my local language, and when I was introduced into the education system, it's when we had to start learning English as a language, but also at the same time, we were assessed on English to pass the exam. So it was kind of like, yeah, we had to, those who could catch up with the English eloquently could succeed. Also in their education system, which was, of course, entirely in English. And yeah, upon graduating from the university with a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Sciences, I saw growing environmental challenges emerging from climate crisis. And just for the people who might not have a very good understanding of Malawi, where I come from, it's in the southern part of Africa, also central. And it has a population of 21 million plus. And when you look at our population, majority of that population, they are farmers. So that account for almost 70% of our population who are farmers. And these are not big farmers like in Europe or America, but we're talking about small-scale farmers who holds in between 2 acres of land to 5 acres of land. So this population, this part of the population accounts for the largest population of our country, and they rely on agriculture for productivity and also for sustenance of their livelihood. So what has been happening, there's been a disconnect, a strong disconnect between the largest population of our country who are into agriculture, who most of them have not been formally to school, for example, like to university to study agriculture. So our organization has been working on how we can empower our grassroots population using, of course, science, but how do we make science reach out to the people in the communities? And I think this has been a central question to us, because we realize that much as identity, language helps to connect people, but also we realize that language is also an inherent or an integral part of our identity, of our culture. So for such, we concentrated these years trying to translate the different scientific meanings into simple indigenous languages, like in Chichewa here in Malawi. I also talk of Tumbuka and different other languages. So there's a group of different scientists that have been, we've been working together. For example, I work in the renewable energy engineering part, because that's where also I specialize for my master in sciences. And I also have colleagues who are working in indigenous sciences and trying to understand how different languages were also integrated into our different cultures. And you might appreciate that when you talk about agriculture in Africa, it's not just a practice, but it's part of the identity. It's part of our identity. And as such, we saw it significant to really connect these languages. One last point that I wanted also to emphasize is that we also learn along the way that until when everyone is on the same page, intellectuals alone, the learned alone cannot transform for the change that we all need. So therefore, that also places so much significance in empowering the grassroots African populations. But also, of course, we are not just looking at the African context alone, but, as I said earlier, we are just one people connected in different routes. Like last time, my brother Otto was sharing me about how amazed his DNA was scattered across different places. And that signifies how connected we are beyond borders. So I think I wanted to really highlight that we are standing at a moment where the global community is at a very important crossroad, where we need either to continue in the business as usual with the new identity which humanity has embraced itself, which is mainly purported with the global classification of human beings. It's really amazing that we now live in a world which tries to classify human beings based on races. But I think it's important that we can zero into this, we can tap into this space and try to say, no, I think the global community, a beautiful global community, is built on diversity and not on classification of languages and tribes of people, but rather on the ability to accommodate each other in our diverse and unique ways. So I think it's very important that we have to integrate this into different other perspectives, because our lives borders on so many fronts, ranging from our identity, our culture. And when you talk about our identity, language is part of what identifies us. So denying or suppressing languages is also suppressing our identity, and it's also, in essence, the denial of our self-existence as humanity. So I think we should be able to embrace the fact that we exist as diverse human beings, but like we share this beautiful common interest, which we all exist as human in one space, where we have to work together and make that common space beautiful, but also good for all kinds of people around the world. So this is also just to encourage my fellow, also other Africans, but also those people outside Africa, that I think this is really a greatest opportunity that we can remind ourselves where we're coming from. Before economy defined us, before military, before all these advancements defined us as human beings, before we became even individuals, we are trying to remind ourselves that we once existed as communities. And as those communities, I think we can also build our strength and our strong foundation by revisiting those communities. And that's where our culture is, our identity is. And I think I wanted to really embrace and also promote this perspective that I think we need to move ahead and get everyone on board without leaving anyone behind. Thank you so much. It's such a great space. And I'm always happy that for so many decades, people were longing to see where global communities could share a common space, and they just open and express themselves, and they try to brainstorm on the kind of world and the kind of future that we all envision, and that could be best for the common interest and not for specific interest. Thank you so much, Otto. Sorry, maybe I took so much time than the time allocated to me, but I'm also interested for further engagement afterwards. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope our coming together does not only signify our unity, but also inspires the momentum that we can carry on to translate the inspiration that we draw from this important conversation into the practical life which we live, but also translating the same to the lives that others live, to start looking at each other beyond the boundaries. Thank you so much.
You. Otto, should I go next?
Muito legal, gente. Muito legal. Muito espiritualizado. Okay, my dear Joseph, it's been a big pleasure. See, everybody here is very, very, you know, when I told them, why do we have Angel Wanjiru? It's Maureen, but she has renamed herself to Angel, you see? Yeah. So, Maureen, when I told them that we had a lady managing the Kenya chapter, they were like, wow, I want to hear this lady. So, please.
I know, right? Hello, you can hear me, right?
Yes, it's your turn, dear.
Hi, people. Good afternoon, good morning.
Olá, pessoal. Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. Se a gente consegue botar
My
ela para
name is
aparecer
Maureen
aqui.
Wanjiro. Sorry that it's
O
registering as
meu nome
Angel.
é Maureen Wanjiro. Maureen
So
Wanjiro.
I represent the polyglot movement Kenya, and I have done so for the last 1 year now. We should be marking our anniversary since we started the polyglot movement. So it has been an interesting journey. Meeting Otto, the one who convened all this, Ed, the person from Tanzania who just spoke. Hi, Ed, you did a good job. Yeah, and also Jurubola. I don't know why he's not part of this movement today. Anyway, I am very interested. I'm very happy to be representing Kenya, and we've done a lot in the polyglot movement in Kenya. First, I'll start with how polyglot movement in Kenya has helped me both in my work and also in my hobbies. So I am a teacher. I'm a language teacher. I teach high school kids English and literature. I also work for the Kenya Red Cross, so I'm the disaster response lead team. I also am a regenerative agriculture farmer, so I teach people regenerative agriculture. And I also represent the Kenyan universities in a body we call the International University on Cultural and Biological Diversity. So we do a lot of activities that comprise of capacity building. We do a lot of capacity building for the children living in the slums. Like, I am late for this meeting because we had a donation drive at a slum called Kibera. I don't know whether people, you know Kibera, the largest slum that we have in Kenya. So we were doing a drive there. Their houses got razed down, so we had gone to donate things. So, like I said, I teach language, and in teaching language, it's not only about teaching per se because of the extrinsic motivation. It's also about nurturing young minds. And there is joy when you see people learning new languages and also enriching our culture. Working for the Kenya Regenerative Agriculture space, I've had a chance to meet a lot of people. I also host people from other countries who come to my farm to do volunteer work. So I have hosted from different countries, Canada, I have hosted from Switzerland, Romania, Ireland, and I also hosted Otto and his team when they were in the country. So they did a lot of farm work, people. Actually, Otto and Ed, the vegetables that you planted are doing well. So you represented your people well. Yeah, so I do a lot of hosting, and this has made me like come across very many people. And sometimes when you don't learn or you're not sure of a language, you're not able to communicate with these people. So me trying to learn these languages, I tell Otto, for me as a language teacher, it is difficult. I've tried learning French, my God. Otto, it is difficult, but I am trying. So, because I want, when I host these people, if I can't speak in their language, and maybe we have a language barrier, how are we able now to communicate? Because this, in as much as we can communicate in English, at least a little communication also in their language would help a lot. So in the hosting, what we do, we welcome people in our home where we do organic farming. We teach them about our culture and the indigenous languages that we use. For example, I'm a Kikuyu. So if it is afternoon like now, I am supposed to tell you, Ohoro wanyu. Ohoro wanyu is how are you in Kikuyu. So yeah, that is what we do. So in the space also, it has seen me being a representative of the youth group at the UNEP. So at the UNEP also, the language thing has helped a lot because mostly the languages of communication are English and French. So knowing how to like translate or how listening to people speak, especially in the climate space, because I always tell people, if my grandmother back in the village does not know what is happening in the climate space, because I do not have a word in her language that she can understand. These are the challenges that you're facing and how she's maybe she comes in maybe to bring a change in her community. So we are going around Kenya as the youth, educating people on climate action, especially when it comes to environmental conservation. So representing the youth has seen me sit in very remote villages. Like recently we had a project at Kajiado. Kajiado is a semi-arid area of Kenya. So in this village, when you go to set up the regenerative agriculture gardens for the children, they do not understand Swahili because these are children who have been brought up in that village. Schooling has helped them a little because Kiswahili and English are the national languages in Kenya. But beyond that, can we speak in their language? If I'm explaining a concept in agriculture, is this kid able to understand or able to interpret in his or her mind that this is what this trainer is saying? So we have had to learn these languages also to equip ourselves because we cannot only be teaching them every day. We also need to mentor someone from the same communities so that they can continue with the job. So in the climate space action, we are doing that a lot, and we are actually opening ecotourism in Kenya. Like there's a village in Mombasa. They have what we call a conservation group. They are protecting marine life, and they are collecting bottles from the beaches and recycling them. We started collecting the plastic bottles late last year, that is in November, and that is actually what has earned me a scholarship. I got a scholarship to study marine science, so I'm doing my master's in marine science because being in this space and understanding the needs of the people, speaking in their language and helping them see how far we are doing or how we can be the agents of change has helped us to move forward as youth groups. And it has also brought people become interested in what you're doing because you're learning their culture, you're exchanging languages, and in this you're growing together as a team because in the youth groups that we have, people are making money. So there's economic value in not only learning these languages, but also if we set up something like what I said, we are recycling bottles. We are showing people how you can make bricks from the bottles. We also use the bottles for planting. So we really do a lot in the recycling area. So these are people who are interested because first we started learning a language from it. Then from learning the languages now came the economic activity where people can become empowered. These people can have money to use, especially in the local communities where money is a bit scarce. They have had that. I think someone talked about when we went to Nandi. We went to a village in Nandi called Chemosit. In Chemosit, they are growing bamboos. Before we went there, I didn't know actually of a village like that. I got to learn about it through this polyglot movement. So what we are doing also with the people in Nandi is their bamboo, the bamboo that they are growing, we are using it to make containers because we are looking for biodegradable containers. And this has ensured that I forgot to mention, I also run the Kenya Organic Farmers Market. So at the Kenya Organic Farmers Market, what we are advocating for is a pull away from the plastic containers. So we advocate for either containers made from bagasse or the banana leaf packaging. So the community that we met in Nandi, where we went to have the polyglot movement, the very first village, what we are doing also, we are nurturing talents from the village. We are also encouraging them to grow bamboo so that they can find markets. For example, if I need to package my strawberries, I will package them in a container made from bamboo. And this is someone we didn't, like I said, we had never met. We actually met by coincidence through the language exchange. And look at it, we've grown as a family, and now it's an economic activity. Away from that, I also do a lot of capacity building with the Kenya Red Cross Society. I'm the environmental ambassador. And this environmental ambassador title has come by because of these activities where I'm bringing the youth. We are not only learning language, but we are also exploring other things. At the Kenya Red Cross, all of you know we deal with disaster response, and a lot of time we share in the trauma, because sometimes you will go to an accident, it will traumatize you. So we started forming these groups as a way to like sit and offer psychosocial support. And in offering the psychosocial support, I introduced the polyglot movement to them. What have we achieved so far? We have groups of people who are learning foreign languages like French and German, so that they can also get good opportunities or greener pastures. And this has been a win because the youth must be engaged. If we don't engage the youth, they will focus on other things like drugs, and they will become like wasted in the society. So how are we able to keep this youth in the Red Cross movement? Because most of them are volunteers. These are people we don't pay salaries. We call them when we need them. These are people who give their time. They give even their money sometimes if you're called upon to like donate. So how can we now be together as a team and also as a community to learn and also to open opportunities for other things? So that is also what we are doing for the polyglot movement and the Kenya Red Cross. The other one, we also do the university chapters. We have a Spanish club with the Strathmore University. The Spanish club has been in existence. It was there for the last 5 years, but I recently joined. That was last year. So still, the university students at Strathmore, in as much as we are learning Spanish and doing other activities, we are also growing as a community. And this has seen us going into debates also. Like there's a debate that is supposed to happen in November. It's supposed to be between two Kenyan universities. That is the Strathmore University and the University of Nairobi. So in these debates, we are not only meeting and doing the Spanish thing, we are also like encouraging people to join the club, come and see what we do, and also again join in the environmental conservation issues, because environmental conservation is what is like ailing us a lot here. So we are really impacting people. Now, I was supposed to speak on the readiness. How is the readiness of the language like uptake in our community? There's a lot of curiosity, especially from the youth, like I said, and the most groups I'm dealing with are the youth. Like a group like Kenya Red Cross, mostly the youth, the 18 to 35 age brackets, most of the people that we are dealing with. So there's a lot of curiosity to actually learn the new languages, not only for jobs, also for culture exchange and for traveling. And in this, we have seen it grow, because if someone learns a language, and remember, we are not charging for them to learn a language. They are coming, and when we meet in the evening for a cup of coffee and they learn language, they invite their friends. So we grow a large network. And this has seen even the community. The community is also willing to join, because the community will ask, what are those people doing in the community hall? And then they learn that we are there to not only share languages, not only for job purposes, but we are also learning languages. And this has enabled us to get a large group, especially the community members like farmers. Like I said, I work with farmers. So farmers, mostly the farmers that we work with, like I said, they come from very interior parts of the country. And we had to learn their languages, like in the Ma language, the Maasai people. We had to learn the Ma language for us to be able to carry out projects at Kajiado. So these projects have seen farmers also wanting to join the polyglot movement. Like now I have a registered group of about 11 members. So they joined the movement. They are not only farming, they are learning also the new languages. In the teaching forums also, like I said, I'm a teacher. So in the teaching forums also, our department, our language department, we have also had exchanges with different schools, and we're also encouraging our students to learn new languages. We do French, but it's not commonly done. So we are really encouraging it so that we start motivating these learners from a very tender age, so that when they are learning and they continue growing, they are able to see the importance of knowing a lot of languages. Also, when you talk about the policy signals, like I said, I represent the youth group at the UNEP. When these people are communicating in a language that you can't understand, some policies will just pass. And you will wonder, how didn't I get that? So me, being in the space of learning French has enabled me to learn some policies maybe I could not have learned if I didn't, I was not a member or I was not interested in the Kenya Polyglot movement. And this is a bridge for collaboration across nations. Like, you meet a lot of people, and when you have a common language where you can speak, they can understand your language, you can understand theirs. There's a lot of collaborations that you can do, especially in every space that there is, not only in the sustainability space. When we look at the environment for the learning and how language is shaping this readiness, like we had said earlier, this movement also, we used to do some weekend meetups at the Kenya Organic Farmers Market. The Nairobi, Kenya Organic Farmers Market is a place where a lot of people meet. Like on a certain Saturday, like today, you will meet people from different nationalities, people who are not only interested in coming to buy organic food, but also in socializing. So in these social setups, we have had groups learn. They have learned things like beadwork. From when you're sitting and you're exchanging language, if I know something like crocheting, I will teach the other person. This passing of knowledge has seen, again, people grow at the Kenya Organic Farmers Market. And this is where a shopper will think, if I'm going to that market, maybe I need to spend about 20 minutes, pick my vegetables and go. But what keeps them coming? It is the space where they can sit, they can talk about their countries, they can exchange, there can be cultural exchanges. So this has seen the market grow and also people socialize. It has also opened opportunities for people, because if someone has an idea of maybe an opening in their country, they pass that information across, then we put it on our website, and people are able now to see the opportunities that are there. And some people have found opportunities, actually. That is at the organic markets. In our schools, at the school where I normally teach and where I'm also a board member, there is a lot of learning also taking place, but this is mostly not the foreign languages, but our indigenous languages. Because in as much as we are teaching these kids the foreign languages, there is a lot of disconnect in our, I would say, our Kenyan setup when it comes to kids speaking their indigenous language. It has totally been forgotten. There's a lot of focus, even in our schools, and I always ask people this question. If from Monday to Friday you're telling children they have to speak in English, and Swahili can only be spoken maybe when they have activities, and these kids, they learn that speaking English and Swahili is what we would call a privilege. And they don't, when they go back home, they don't want to speak in their indigenous language. So what we're also introducing in schools are the indigenous languages, because these are kids who can speak to their grandmothers back in the village, because they don't know. They actually have no idea what their grandmothers are talking about. So we are also bringing back the indigenous languages. And in bringing back the indigenous language, look at a space like the farming space. When you are talking about food sovereignty, if this is a kid who does not understand what a certain crop or a certain seed is called in their language, how are we teaching them food sovereignty? Because if you are bringing back the seeds or the crops that our forefathers used to grow, if we introduce this to these kids, they will not like take it up so well. So this is why we are now focused on introducing the indigenous languages, so that these kids are able to learn and they are able to know of things like that used to exist and they are no longer there. And this we have been bringing it out in the farmers movement, because this is an area where, as you're teaching people about the indigenous seeds and the languages, tell them that they need to teach their children these things. And not only teaching them, but ensuring that they are also practicing these languages, because in as much as you can learn a language, if you're not practicing it, you will tend to forget. But when you keep on practicing it, it becomes natural. You're out there and you can exchange. I mean, you have people you can speak this language with. It becomes very easy. That is how I have learned. Like when I am learning French and I have someone who can speak French, I'm able to get these things very fast. So that is how we are doing. At our UNEP conferences, like I said,
Na conferência da UNEP,
we represent the youth and we are showing how multilingualism can contribute to sustainability dialogues. And I was very impressed the last conference that we attended last month, and I shared this with Otto. There was a person who came all the way from Samoa. This person has been at the UNEP conferences for the last, I think I've been in that space for the last 5 years, but I am told he has been in that space for the last 15 years. Why? Because he's representing his indigenous people. This is a person who comes to the UNEP conferences and does not speak in another language. He speaks in his indigenous language even when he's passing across his point. Not because he doesn't know English or French, but I love how original he is. You people, he leaves the burden of you translating the language for him. But this is how now the debates at UNEP can also be shaped with people. If you're going for policy making, like we are doing under the CMYG, it's called Children and Youth Major Group. If we are representing these people, are we telling people what we do? Because if Maureen, the Kenyan lead, is not telling people about the polyglot movement, they will not know. So it is in these spaces that we have had sittings with people during lunch or during coffee breaks, telling them, we are discussing policies here. We need to learn languages. We need to do environmental conservation as we are growing together. So generally, as I wind up, how are we doing as the Kenyan polyglots? I think we have achieved a lot, and this has come by because people are curious, people want to learn, and people are enjoying what we are doing. When we talk about the environmental space, and I am very passionate about this because this is what I do. The environmental space has made me meet a lot of people, and it has opened a lot of opportunities for me. If I were not able to converse maybe in 4 or 3 or more languages, maybe I would not have had the opportunity. But the opportunities have come because I'm able, one, to converse in my language. Like I can speak, my language is Kikuyu. Like I told you, if I'm saying good afternoon, you say ohoro waku. I can also speak in Tholuo. Tholuo is also another like language in Kenya. Kenya, we have 40 indigenous languages. So in Tholuo, you say nango. In the Ma language, you say siapi. In Swahili, you say hamjambo. So if these languages, you learn them and they are helping you in your day-to-day activities, then you're able to grow as a community. We are not only growing without telling these stories to the world. We are doing documentations, we are sharing videos, and we are to start a podcast on the same. Because like I said, if we don't put word out there, how will people know what we are doing? So we are putting word out there, we are encouraging people to join us, and we are also doing social posts to inspire others. Like our admin, Ed, is very quick to put social media posters, and when I share these social media posters, people are able to know about the polyglot movement, people are able to join the space, and people have found opportunities in this. So to wind up, I am very happy about what you're doing. And Otto, continue with the good work of spreading this movement. We will spread it more in Kenya, and we will make sure we grow as a community. People from Brazil, from Senegal, from Zambia, and other countries, when you come to Kenya, please look for Maureen. I host people. You will learn farming in my in my farm. I will teach you our languages, and we will do a lot. Thank you. Thank
Hello.
you.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
I am done.
Okay, thank you very much, dear. Thank you very much. Everyone is really, really happy, and people here followed very attentively what you had to say. We also have powerful women here with us, so I am sure they are very interested in your work. Thank you very much, Maureen. Now we have our friend
You can hear me?
Kuruma.
Hello.
Hello, Monsieur.
You can hear me?
Cara, tem mais uma apresentação e depois o debate. É aquilo que a gente tinha falado, 11h15.
Hello.
Não, mas foi combinado antes, pô. Aí eu organizei com você antes. Não, mas aí não depende de mim também, né? Hello, please, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, just to introduce myself, I'm Ibrahim Aswari from
Cara, peraí, eu tô
Senegal.
traduzindo. Tá muita coisa aqui pra mim.
You can hear me, please?
Vai, dá melhor, né? Okay, my dear, can you hold on just a little bit?
Okay.
We are going to change rooms here, so it will be better to listen to you, okay?
Okay,
Just
great.
a minute.
That's fine.
Just a
That's
minute.
fine.
De momento, raiva passageira, mania que dá e passa, feito brincadeira. O quanto me chamada.
Hello, everyone. Can you guys hear Otto here speaking? 1, 2, 3. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yes, we can
Yes,
now.
yes.
Yeah, let me tell you, we changed the rooms because we are facing many challenges here, but we have here a very committed group, a very committed team to hear you out. Okay, so it means that we are attentively soaking on everything you're saying. We are absorbing eagerly. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have our friend Kaba Kuruma. Donc maintenant c'est Kaba Kuruma, n'est-ce pas?
Before Kabakuma, I just wanted to throw a few words, if you don't mind.
Yes, of course. My dear, can you maybe turn up your volume a little bit so I can hear you better? I will translate you to the team, okay?
Okay, I was saying, you can hear me now?
Yes, I think so.
I don't know if the others also are hearing well. Right?
please? Can you go again, please, so that I make sure I can hear well?
Okay, it's Ibrahima from Senegal, West Africa. So, first of all, congratulations to all the participants for the excellent presentation. And what I noticed is they're talking about different languages and also cross-cultural differences. But what I noticed is the meeting is just like being held in English, and we have like some participants who are from West Africa due to the language barriers. So we dropped it from 11 participants to 8 participants. I mean, they were just here, but they can understand English. That's why they drop out, and they send messages on the chat book saying that it is possible to translate what the participants are saying in French, so that they can
yeah. Thank you very much, Ibrahima, for your comments. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3. Yes. So our friend Ibrahima from Senegal, he was asking if we could have translation from French, English, blah blah. So dear, just to let you know, I am already interpreting what people are speaking here on the floor. I'm interpreting for people that are here on site. So unfortunately, we have no human resources to be able to provide everything we would like to. So we apologize for that. However, we are fully committed to make it happen and give visibility to all the speech to the extent that we are possible. Okay. All right. Okay. We had one more presentation. I'm not sure if our friend from Guinea is here. That was Kaba Kuruma. Maybe he's not here with us. Yeah, I don't think so. So if he's not here with us, I would like to thank you once again, Ibrahima, and maybe open the floor to questions. So first off, before we move ahead, let's collect some questions here from the audience because they have been brave to be with us until now. Okay, so let's see if there are questions to the speakers from the audience. Pessoal, perguntas? Any question? Você pode fazer pergunta também, sei lá, para Maureen. If you liked Maureen and you would like to make a question, you can make a question to any one of them. So, eu traduzo. Você pode fazer a pergunta e eu traduzo. So I would like to thank everyone's participation. And I would like to know more. Maureen. That's our friend here. How does the language as línguas locais? Como que eles têm promovido a difusão das línguas locais? Boa. Okay, so that was Cassiana Vidal, our great Cassiana Vidal, making a question to Angel Maureen. Not sure if she's an angel, not sure if she's an angel, but anyways. Maureen, people are impressed how Maureen is better seen here. So quem consegue me ajudar para Maureen, people are curious. How can you manage to do so many things and still sleep at night?
I know. I just happen to have a lot of time. I think so. No, we don't do it on a daily basis. So, like I said, at Kenya Red Cross, I'm there partially. I teach at the environmental space. I attend when I'm called upon. So, yeah, it's good to always have your hands full so that you can be like contribute to the society. Yeah.
And I just told them that you got 3 kids. Of whom eu conheço dois, são duas crianças maravilhosas. Acho que são superdotados, inclusive. Okay, Maureen, the question from Cassiana is the following. How do you promote the diffusion of indigenous languages, if ever you do? And in this case, with Yglota, Ongea Afrika, what could be done in that regard?
Okay, so like I said, we have started this movement in school. So we do it in schools and in the villages. So what we would do as Yglota, maybe if we documented these languages, maybe it would reach a wider audience. Like I would do the documentation because we don't have a lot of people who can actually speak these indigenous languages fluently. Like languages from Kikuyu, what I'm doing, Kikuyu, and there is also someone else doing Luya. If we can document these things and also do podcasts on the same, I think Yglota can help us in the documentation. I think that is where you can come in. Or did I understand the question right? Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. We have one more question. Just a minute.
Eu ouvia as histórias das pessoas. E eu assim, eu fiquei impressionada. Primeira vez, ir ao museu e me quando ela falou, não contar essa história. Faz parte dessa história. Nós fazemos parte dessa história. O que é esse contar histórias? Turismo lá, né?
Okay, so there is Cassiana is saying that yesterday she had the chance to visit a museum here in Salvador, in which there was headsets available, and they could listen to people telling their stories, real people telling their real stories. So she felt represented. It was the first time she went to a museum and felt represented because she could see a person like her telling a story from their perspective. So her question has to do with storytelling. I believe it was Eddie who mentioned that. So how do you integrate storytelling into the language and the tourism? How is it integrated there?
Yes, hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I can answer the question. It's a good question. You can integrate storytelling, especially through, I can give you a recap earlier days in our culture, in our indigenous, how we grew up. I mean, we had this asset that we can sit with our elders, maybe our grandpa, our grandma, with granddaughter and children. So we come together. They usually give us, they tell us all the stories, their experience, and some sort of rhythm like that. So through that, in our culture, there is those indigenous language, especially when guide take you there. For sure, he will give you a real story from the background of the existence of the community and every part they went through life and their dynamic in their culture and sort of all that flow. I mean, it's integrating the storytelling that if you can just narrow down like, wow, was so interesting. Not only in culture, also in animals. As I told you earlier, Tanzania has the headquarters of tourism. So it has the very big national park. Let's give you an example like Serengeti, you know. That experience when a guide is taking you there, I mean, is narrowing you down the story behind maybe the existence of the national park, you know. He's telling you all the things that went through. So you can just see how Moro is, I mean, you can get a really clear picture of how the place imagined back in the days. And just to add more on this telling story, it has really beautiful. If one of you, maybe if you just have watched the movie that called Lion King, you know that the Lion King just came from, the idea just came from Tanzania. I mean, one of the national park here in Tanzania is the idea of the movie where it came from. So you can see how the tourists just came and just narrowed down the story and just wish to write the story to the wider audience, you see. So through storytelling and tourism is integrating through the guidance from the local expert within the area. So maybe if I'm not mistaken, I'll be answering the question to our fellow there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any more questions? One last question.
Cultura dos povos originários, no caso dos indígenas aí. Seria isso?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let me see if I got it straight. Here in Brazil, we have some laws in which the African culture and history, as well as indigenous culture and history, is taught in basic education, basic level education for children. I'm a teacher, so I work with my kids. There is some material, some textbooks that work with the history and the culture of African countries and as well as indigenous. And so it is something that the state has integrated into the education. How does it work there for you? So you actually go to the, is it the other way around? Like you go to the traditional people, the originary people, indigenous people, and then you tell that story to foreigners and tourists. Is that it?
Sorry, can you come up again? Maybe I didn't get you very clearly. Sorry, can you try to
Yeah, sure.
elaborate a little bit? Yeah.
Sure. Here in Brazil, we have a law, some state laws that require that children learn about African history and culture, as well as indigenous, like Brazilian indigenous peoples. Cassiana is a teacher, and she works with her children teaching that. But this material comes from the state. How does it work there in Tanzania? It seems that it's the other way around. Like it's not a material from the government, but it's actually you get the stories from the originary people, and you pass down, you share them with tourists. Is that it?
Okay. Now I got you. As I told you earlier, back in the days, in history of Tanzania, since independence, the way of getting knowledge, it was through passing knowledge from the elders. That was the informal way of learning, But after independence, things changed. As you know, Tanzania was colonized by British. So after the independence, now we went through our formal education. So when speaking about the knowledge which was passed through our generation from our elders, was written down by elites in those days. So now everything went to formal knowledge, formal education. So things turned out. So we went to school learning through history, which were written by elites, So that knowledge started passed away from our elders, and now is integrated in storybooks or in history, and now we have learned it, and now it's our time also to share with our fellows. That is it. I don't know if I make myself clear.
Yes, that was clear. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
How are we for time? Are we? I think we're short. Yeah. Let me hand over to Otto. Okay. I was.
Eddie, the boy.
You, Baba.
He calls me Baba. And he's Ndugu. Hey, okay, we've had questions to Maureen and Eddie, right? Would you have any?
Sorry, Otto, can I
Go
add
on.
something?
Yes.
I think maybe you can try to share with them, Madam, I don't know who is their name. She was asking about the storytelling and integration
Estava perguntando sobre storytelling, né?
of knowledge over here, just sharing to tourists. As you remember when you came here, you met some Maasai elders. Do you remember? Hello, Otto?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I was translating to her. When I translate, I mute myself. Yes, of course, I remember. That's Tony's grandma.
Yeah, Tony's grandma. You see now how older she is, and she was trying to share the knowledge to us about their back in the days, So that was just a sort of, just trying to share some knowledge. But I was narrowing down that, telling them things have changed. Now things went in a formal education way, but still that our tradition of storytelling from our elders is still existing, because it's like a norm, it's just enjoying having your elder telling you the way they lived back in the days. So that knowledge can be passed to anyone, not only in a formal way, but in an informal way. We grew up just learning stuffs some taboos from our parents. That is all. So there is a different way of learning here. You learn in school, and you learn in our community. You see, especially you can remind them how you didn't went there, but you have heard about those people who speak the click language. Those the hadzabe. Then if you remember,
I was there in South Africa. Rosa,
forget about
Rosa, Rosa.
forget about
Yeah. Okay.
forget about. So that is it. So you can try to elaborate for them about what you experienced in deep.
Yes, man, that's great. You know what? Did you invite all of them to go to Arusha? You did, right? I think we could invite all of them to go to Arusha in an exchange, right? So he's
Yeah, they
gonna
will
be
learn
our
a lot.
tour guide there. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now our time is up. Thank you very much, Eddie. I would like to not hearing myself. You see, I was speaking, I was on mute. So they're not hearing myself. I was on mute. So, folks, I would like to thank every one of you. Joseph Sakala, Monsieur Albert Buban, Maureen, our marvelous Maureen, our marvelous Ed. So thank you very much, everyone. Right? And we keep in touch. And our team here would like to say Asante Sana. Let's say Asante Sana. Asante Sana. Ah, garoto.
Karibuni sana, karibuni sana,
Karibuni sana.
marafiki.
Karibuni sana, marafiki. Karibuni sana, marafiki. Marafiki, amigos. Marafiki. Marafiki. Marafiki, amigos. Ok. Ah, there you go, Bubana. Monsieur Bubana, merci beaucoup. Hein. C'était très, très sympa. Comment est-ce qu'on peut dire merci dans Bassari, la langue Bassari?
Aeri Kembang.
Aeri Kembang.
Exactly.
Hey, maybe we could have another session just to learn some Bassari, right? Why not?
Exactly. We can do it if we can do it.
Podemos fazer a sessão só de Bassari. And Chichewa, maybe we talk with Joseph later. He told me that he's having some challenges. That's why he's not opening his camera. But
okay,
folks, thank you very much.
Asante sana.
Asante sana, there you are. Thank you very much, Joseph. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love you guys. Obrigado, obrigado. Love you guys and hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Obrigado.
Thank you very much.
Obrigado.
Obrigado. Thanks a lot.
Kwaherini.
Have a nice day.
You too. Bye bye. Kwahere, kwahere, kwahere. Bye bye.
Kwaherini.
Kwahere. Tchau, tchau.
Tchau.
Kwaheri.
Para ali.